So let's compare the newly announced Samsung Galaxy S25 with the more premium, more expensive Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's go ahead and take a look. So both of these are very, very powerful, brand new, top of the line phones, but there also comes a big price difference. We got $800 on the S25 versus $1,300 on the S25 Ultra. So what are you getting for those extra $500? Let's take a look. So the first thing you're going to notice is the S25 Ultra is going to be the bigger device overall and also the much heavier device. The S25 seems like a small portable device compared to the S25 Ultra, weighing in at only 5.71 ounces versus the 7.7 ounces on the S25 Ultra. Both have good build quality, glass front, glass back. Although the S25 has a titanium frame, supposedly a little bit more premium than the aluminum on the S25. Both of these have a physical SIM card slot and a eSIM built in. Both have IP68 dust and water resistance, although both are low at 1.5 meters for 30 minutes of submersion. Both have a 120 hertz refresh rate, and the overall size of the screen is what really sets these apart. 6.2 inches on the S25 versus 6.9 inches on the Ultra. And the Ultra has a little bit higher resolution, close to 500 ppi, and both of these have an always on display. So that's the biggest notable thing right there, is a huge screen size difference that you're getting in the Ultra. Is the first thing that you'll notice. Both of them are running the exact same software, Android 15, with 7 major Android updates with Samsung One UI, currently at 7. They'll run exactly the same, the software on both of these devices. Now for the storage, the S25 comes in at 128 gigs starting, while the Ultra is 256, but both start off at 12 gigs of RAM each. While you could upgrade the RAM on the S25 Ultra, 12 gigs is plenty enough for both of these devices. Basically, this is going to be a fast device now and in the future. Now, the camera situation also sets these devices apart. The S25 has 3 cameras on the back, 50 megapixel main, 10 megapixel telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra wide. But the Ultra has that 200 megapixel main camera, 10 megapixel telephoto, 50 megapixel periscope telephoto, and 50 megapixel ultra wide, both shooting in 8K. So you're getting big bad cameras on both of these devices, but you're getting some crazy specs on the camera on the S25 Ultra. But honestly, I think you're not going to get that much better pictures and videos on the Ultra for the average consumer. And shooting 8K is just crazy on both of these devices. These are going to take up a lot of storage when you take video. Now the selfie camera, 12 megapixel shooter, shooting 4K. Both of these have Bluetooth 5.4. And both of these have that ultrasonic under the display fingerprint reader. And you have Samsung DeX, the desktop experience built into both of these. Now, the more practical difference is the battery size. You got a smallish 4,000 milliamp battery on the S25 versus the 5,000 on the S25 Ultra. So it's very disappointing on the battery size on the S25. You also get faster wired charging speeds and wireless speeds on the S25 Ultra. So the S25 has 25 watt wired charging versus 45 on the Ultra. So that means 50% charge in the S25, 65% charge in 30 minutes on the Ultra. The S25 has 15 watt wireless versus 25 watt wireless on the Ultra, but both have 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging. So a big difference here is the bigger, longer lasting battery on the S25. It charges faster wired and wirelessly. The other big difference between these devices is that the S25 Ultra has the S Pen, which lets you pretty much just, draw and select things with more precision. It doesn't really make the device that much better, But if you want to jot down some notes or edit some pictures and stuff, and have some more precision, it'll give you that option right there. But the biggest takeaways is going to be the size and the price and the battery, because they're using the same chipset, the same amount of RAM, but that price difference is just too much for my blood. $1,300, that's more expensive than the fastest laptop that's available right now, and the base model for like the MacBook Airs, for example, is just too crazy. For what you're going to be using a phone for that's in your pocket, that's too much price to be carrying around in the phone. And to me, the phone is just too big to handle. The extra cameras that the phone has doesn't justify the price by any means. The S25 is just getting more and more refined. The nice bump in RAM to 12 gigs, without raising the price. This is just the overall better device in my opinion. Even at $800, that's a high price for a phone, but when you compare it to the 1300 of the Ultra, it seems like a steal. So it's safe to say that the S25 is the better device overall for your money.